Nach nachmo, like blossoms of the spring. Have mercy on the people of God, page 194. With God's help, Eve of the Holy Shabbos, 16th of Tammuz, 5725, in honor of the President of Israel, my heart and life, Mr. Essie Shazar, who he is dear in the eyes of God, like a wife to her husband, because of the great force of his desire and yearning to bind himself with the true sage who exists forever and shields over Israel from generation to generation, to elevate everyone from the depths of the pit, from the essence of the descent, from the essence of physicality, to a level higher and higher above all spirituality. May God shield you and heal you and strengthen your power and your house in body and soul for length of days. The main honor and greatness of the kingdom is specifically through humility, and the more humble the king is, the more the kingdom spreads out. For this is the way of the kingdom. Every time it must put humility before its honor and greatness, and thus in the place of your greatness, there I find your humility to come and to speak before you that which God has put under my quill. Know and believe that from the moment of the beginning of your know and believe that from the moment of the beginning of your existence in your mother's womb, it was decreed upon you by the Creator that you would be president over Israel, in order that you have mercy on the people of God with true mercy, and never with your great straight intellect and your polished and glorious tongue you would inform and teach the people the wondrous and awesome truth. All that God has put before your eyes through the various turns and events of His wondrous providence in a manner of miracle and wonder. For the last 7 years, and that you should open the eyes and heart of Israel, that all would see and understand the real truth, stored away and hidden and concealed from the eyes of everyone, which is the making life force and existence of the creation, and from which will sprout the final redemption for us and for the entire world, that everyone will recognize and know God, and that they will give Him the crown of the kingdom. We already have spoken about somewhat about the matter of the bond of friendship and love above that God has made between us, and that truly there do not exist in the entire world men who are brothers, faithful and true, to such a degree, faithful and true, to such a degree as we. This was from God, from heaven, and and that truly there do not exist in the entire world men who are brothers, faithful and true, to such a degree as we. This is from God, from heaven, and we need to guard ourselves greatly, that the love not become blemished, God forbid, even to a hair's breadth. And we need to guard ourselves greatly, that the love not become blemished, God forbid. And we need to guard ourselves greatly, that the love not become blemished, God forbid, even to a hair's breadth. For it is proper for us to hold fast to the love with greater exaltation and greater determination, since we have merited. For it is proper for us to hold fast to the love with greater exaltation and greater determination, since we have merited to have a portion in publicizing and revealing the name of the true tzaddik in the world, upon which depends our main hope, rectification and complete redemption, and the rectification of the whole world. The author Yisrael David Dessen. True and faithful brothers, with God's help, 21st of Tammuz, 5725. In honor of the President of Israel, my eyes and heart. In our wonder, with God's help, 21st of Tammuz, 5725, in honor of the President of Israel, my eyes and heart, Mr. Shin Zayin Shazar, who is beloved in the eyes of God, like a wife to her husband, because of the great force of his desire and yearning to bind himself to the true King and Sage, who exists forever and shields Israel, to raise them up from the belly of hell, from the deepest depths of the sins, from the essence of utter physicality, higher and higher than all spirituality. May God shield you and cure and heal you and your household in perfection of body and soul, the main glory and greatness of the kingdom is through humility specifically, and the more humble the king is, the more his kingdom spreads out. For this is the way of the kingdom. Each time it must put humility before its honor and greatness. In the place of your greatness there I find your humility to come and to speak before you that which God will put under my quill in the future. The Holy One, blessed be He, will avenge the vengeance of His people from those prophets of falsehood, who fill their stomachs with honor and arrogance, who fill their stomachs with honor and arrogance, and display themselves like Siddiqim of the generation, and they hunt precious souls and crush them and tear them to pieces, and they on precious souls and crush them and tear them to pieces with arrogance and falsehood, and they blind the eyes of Israel from seeing the light of the true leader, who draws down, reveals, and illuminates the light of God to everyone in their world, from generation to generation for eternity. Know, my brother, and believe that from the moment of the beginning of your existence in your mother's womb, it was decreed upon you that by the Creator that you will be the President of Israel in this orphan generation, in order that you have mercy on the people of God with true mercy, and that with your great and straight intellect and your polished and glorious tongue, you will teach the people the awesome truth unique in the world that God has put before your eyes with many amazing events for 7 years, and that you would open and illuminate the darkened eyes and hearts of Israel, so that all of them would see the light of the true tzaddik, hidden, stored away, secreted, stored away, secreted and concealed from the eyes of everyone, who is the main life force and existence of the whole creation, and from whom will sprout the complete redemption for the people Israel and for the whole world, so that all will know Him. We already have spoken somewhat concerning the matter of our bond of friendship and love, that truly there cannot be found in all the world people who are brothers faithful and true to such a degree as we. This was from God, from heaven, in order that we merit to publicize and make known the name of the true tzaddik in the whole world. Our essential hope and complete rectification depends only upon this. Our essential hope and complete rectification depends only upon this. We need to guard ourselves greatly, so that our love not become blemished. God forbid, even by a hair's breadth. The author Yisrael David with God's help, the 22nd of Thomas, 57:25. In honor of the President of Israel, my eyes and heart. Mr. S.Z. Shazar, beloved in the eyes of God, like a wife to her husband, because of the great force of his desire and longing to bind himself to the true King and Sage, who lives forever and shields Israel to raise them up from the belly of hell, who lives forever and shields Israel to raise them up from the belly of hell, from the utter depths of descent, from the extreme essence of physicality, higher and higher than all spirituality. May God be a shield for you, and cure and heal you and your household in perfection. The main honor and greatness of the kingdom is precisely through humility, and the more humility the king has, the more his kingdom spreads out. For this is the way of the kingdom. It's time, each time it must put humility before its honor and greatness. In the place of your greatness, there I find your humility to come and to speak before you that which God will put under my quill. God in his greatly hidden and secret ways, hidden and concealed from every idea and every inquiry. All you have has rained down upon the world, a flood of fierce waters of heresies and atheism. God in his greatly hidden and secret ways, hidden and concealed from every idea and every inquiry, has rained down upon the world a flood of fierce waters of heresies and atheism from the cisterns of the heavens in these latter days, until all the high mountains have been covered up, meaning the honored ones and the people of God, and in his great way, even until all the high mountains have been covered up, meaning the honored ones and the people of God, and in his great pity he preceded the cure and the salvation, and sent us a man like his heart, who found grace in his eyes, and he called his name Nachman, to save away this one will comfort us from our deeds, from the sadness of our hands, and he commanded us to build an ark of truth, an ark of truth and faith, and he commanded us And he commanded him to build an ark of truth and faith, so that everyone who wants to be saved can come into its chambers and close its doors and hide in the shade of his awesome wisdom. For who will give praise and who will describe the exalted power of his might? For who will give praise and who will describe the exalted power of his might, who ascended monumentally with the awesome wonders, to prepare with his awesome wonders, to prepare and to arrange sustenance and vitality for the people of his household and for all the souls of Israel, for every generation, that they may take delight and pleasure in the beautiful splendor of the pleasantness of his teachings and his awesome stories that were gathered from the field of most exalted wisdom, that never yet have been revealed in the world, that are enduring and are faithful and help forever and for all eternity, that are enduring and are faithful and help forever and for all eternity. In the future, the Holy One, blessed be, will avenge the vengeance of his people from the woes, prophets of falsehood, who fill their stomachs with honor and arrogance, and display themselves like Siddiqim of the generation, and hunt down precious souls, and tread on them, and tear them to pieces with arrogance and falsehood, and they blind the eyes of Israel from seeing the light of the true leader, who reveals and illuminates the light of God to everyone in the world, for every generation, for eternity. Know and believe that from the moment of the beginning of your existence in your mother's womb, it was decreed upon you by the Creator that you would be president over Israel in this orphan generation, in order that you have mercy on the people of God with true mercy, and that with your great and straight intellect and your polished and glorious tongue you would teach the people the awesome truth, unique in the world, that God has revealed before your eyes with many events and wondrous means for 7 years, and that you would illuminate the eyes of Israel, so that all of them would see the light of the true tzaddik, so that all of them would see the light of the true tzaddik, who is the main vitality and existence of the whole creation, who is the main vitality and existence of the whole creation, who is the main vitality and existence of the whole creation, and from whom will sprout the complete redemption for the people of Israel and for the whole world, so that all will know God and will give him the crown of the kingdom. We already have spoken about the great value of our bond of friendship and love that really does not exist in the world. The whole world, people who are brothers, faithful and true like us. This was from God, from heaven, in order that we merit to inform and publicize, the name of the true tzaddik in the world, upon which depends our main existence and hope. We need to guard ourselves greatly, so that our love not become blemished, God forbid, even by a hair's breadth. And it is proper for us to hold on to the truth with wondrous love, with greater exaltation and greater determination at every moment. Always the author, the 12th of Kislev, 5726, in honor of the President of Israel, my heart and flesh, Shazar, who has a great soul, hewn from a very high place, and she is very precious in the eyes of God, and you allowed her to search in the secret chambers of the supernally high wisdom that the true sage revealed, in order to return the whole world from evil to good, blessing and peace and long life. Do not forget always to be happy and to give thanks and praise to God for all the kindnesses and miracles and wonders that he did with you. He took you on eagle's wings and brought you to the truth, such an awesome wonder that never before was revealed from the days of the creation of the world. And he raised up your horn over all the people and chose you to be president of Israel and this impoverished generation, through which you are composed of all the souls of Israel, and all of them are dependent on you, like a fetus in its mother's womb, for the body is connected and clinging to the head and is drawn and goes after it in every place, and therefore you have a great responsibility and a great and holy mission And a great and holy mission has fallen upon you to show mercy to Israel, to give up your life, and to nullify your honor and your greatness with the essence of nullification, and to suffer all types of disgrace and shame for the sake of the benefit and the salvation of Israel, to try with all the strength that is in your hand, to glorify and to publicize throughout the world the great awesome force of the strength and might of the sage, the true leader who lives and exists forever, who is the one and only and unique King over all Israel for all generations, and he is the heart of the world, upon whom depends the life and existence of the whole creation, and the whole world was only created for him, in order that he would fill the whole world with the light of wisdom and knowledge, to know and to recognize God, and to serve him in truth with a complete heart. The author Yisrael David Esser, with Gavalvat's help, the 2nd of Nisan, 5726, in honor of the President of Israel, the delight of my eyes, Mr. Shazar, who because of the great exaltedness of his soul merited to enter into the gates of wisdom and science of holiness, to search for and to find the true tzaddik, who is the root of the soul of the Mashiach, who breaks and nullifies the mentality of natural science and reveals and illuminates the wisdom of faith and divine providence above the natural order, blessing and peace and health. I hear great voices of praise in all the world that you merit to sanctify God and to elevate the flag of the Torah in the eyes of the whole world at all times, in all your travels and meetings with the kings and leaders of the peoples of the world. The arrival of your soul into this world was just for the sake of the benefit of the world, in order that through you the name of the true tzaddik, Yuman, would be magnified and publicized in the world, upon whom depends the complete redemption. For he builds the edifice of faith until it will reach its complete stature, so that all inhabitants of the world will see and will know that God is the God who rules and dominates and leads everyone, who rules and dominates and leads everyone according to his will. Also the main reason that you merited to be president over Israel is only for this, so that you should have more power to reveal and to make known in the world the great, awesome strength and wisdom of the true tzaddik, who will bring the world to its rectification and perfection. We need to guard ourselves carefully from damaging our love and from separating our hearts. God forbid, rather, we must apply our efforts to add and to increase love and friendship for each other, like one body, so that we shall be able to bond and join together always, so that through us will be magnified and increased to a great degree without number the amazing structures of the true tzaddik, until all Israel will gather together to enter into them, and even those lying outside and even the peoples of the world will gather together and will enter into these holy structures. It is now a long time that I am yearning and striving to come before your splendid countenance, and I have suffered intensely that I have not been permitted to do this. Your servant and faithful and loving friend, who prays always for your health and your success and for your dear and very honored family, Yisrael David Esser, with God's help, the 2nd of Nisan 5726, in honor of the President of Israel, the light of my eye, Mr. S. Z. Shazar, who because of the great exaltedness of his soul merited to enter into the gates of wisdom and science of holiness, to search for and to find the true tzaddik, who is the root of the soul of the Mashiach, who breaks and nullifies, who is the root of the soul of the Mashiach, who breaks and nullifies the mentality of natural science and reveals and illuminates the knowledge of faith and divine providence above the natural order, blessing and peace and health, for blessing and peace and health for length of days, with God's help, 2nd of Nisan 5726, in honor of the President of Israel, the delight of my eye, Mr. S.C. Shazar, who because of the great exaltedness of his soul has merited to enter into the gates of wisdom and science of holiness, to search for and to find the true tzaddik, who is the root of the soul of the Mashiach, who suppresses and nullifies the mentality of natural science, and who reveals and illuminates the knowledge of faith and divine providence above the natural order, peace and great blessing for length of days. Great voices of praise I hear in all the world that you are meriting to sanctify God in the eyes of the whole world, in all your travels and meetings with the kings and leaders of the nations. The arrival of your soul into this world was only in order to magnify and to publicize in the world the name of the true tzaddik. Depends the complete redemption, for he builds the edifice of faith until its construction will be completed perfectly, so that all the inhabitants of the world will see and will know that God is the Lord, who rules and dominates and leads everyone according to his will. Also, the main reason that you merited to be president over Israel was only for the sake of the benefit of the world, that through this you would have exceptional strength to serve the true tzaddik, who is the king of Israel, from generation to generation, to reveal and to inform the world of the great power of his might and awesome wisdom, through which the world will come to its rectification in perfection with God's help. 8th of Nisan, Oy, Baruch Hashem, blessed is Hashem. 8th of Nisan, 5726. From above you, may the light of truth shine to the world, to the whole earth, and may you pay your vows to God in your lifetime. In honor of the President of Israel, my heart and my flesh, Mishtasi Shazar, splendor and praise goes forward and grows from day to day. And people say that there is no understanding and wise one like him, because of the fact that he has put his heart and all his vitality to come to the concealed treasure of truth. And all his desire and longing is to introduce this truth into the world, which is the main perfection of the redemption. From it will shine the light of truth to the whole earth, and thus he will pay his vows to God. In his lifetime I am rejoicing over your faithful blessing, and over your heartfelt love, and your great kindness to me. For the sum of 300 Israeli lirot, dated from 8th of Nisan, many thanks to you. My eyes and heart are raised to our Father in heaven in prayer and petition, that he will show favor to you and will hasten your success above, and will grant you success in all of your actions, and will guard you and save you and your house from all types, and your household from all types of illnesses, and will heal you in body and soul for length of days and good and healthy years. God's help. Baruch Hashem. The 10th of Nisan, 5726, in honor of the President of Israel, my heart and my flesh, Mr. S. Zishazam, whose splendor and praise is going forth and growing from day to day, that he has put his heart and all his vitality to come to the hidden treasure of truth, and that all his desire and longing is to introduce the truth into the world, blessing and life and peace. My heart will rejoice inside of me and delight in great delights over your faithful blessing, and over your heartfelt love, and over your great kindness. Oh, that you so much added to me with the sum of 300 Israeli lirot, dated from 8th of Nisan. Great thanks to you, my eyes and heart are lifted to our Father in heaven, and prayer and petition that he will grant you success and guard and protect and save you, and your household will walk from all sorts of illnesses and evil decrees, and will heal and cure all of you in body and soul for length of days and good and healthy years, for length of days and good and healthy years. Amen. With God's help, blessed is Hashem. The 10th of Nisan, 5726. In honor of the President of Israel, my heart and my flesh, Mr. S. Zishazar, whose splendor and praise. I go forth and grow, and people are saying that there is no one wise and understanding like him, who has put his heart to come to the concealed treasure of truth, and all his desire and longing is to introduce the truth into the whole world. The king's son was wise, and he loved wisdom greatly, and there were great sages with him, and whoever would come to him with some sort of wisdom, he regarded with very great importance, and he would give them honor and wealth for the wisdom, to each one according to his desire. Whoever wanted money, he would give him money, and whoever wanted honor, he would give him honor. Everything for wisdom, and because the wisdom was so important to him, and all of them involved themselves with wisdom, and the whole country was involved with varieties of wisdom. For this one wanted money, in order that he would get money through this wisdom, and this one wanted prominence and honor Since all of them were involved only in the varieties of wisdom, therefore they forgot there in that country the strategies of war, for all of them were involved with types of wisdom until all the citizens of the country became very wise, until the least one in that country would be in another country a greater sage than all, and the sages in that country were very great and exceptionally wise. And there was great profundity and exactitude in the wisdom of the sages, and because of the varieties of wisdom, the sages of that country became heretics, and they also drew the king's son, mentioned above, to their ideas, and he also became a heretic. And the king's son, since he was a good son, for he had been born with good, and he had good and straight character traits, occasionally would recall where he was in the world and what he was doing, and he would groan and sigh over this, that he had fallen to such confusions and had strayed so much, and he would sigh greatly. But as soon as he started using his intellect, the above mentioned wisdoms of hearsay returned to him and grew stronger. And so it happened many times that he would recall where he was in the world, and he would groan and sigh. But as soon as he started to use his intellect, the atheism mentioned above returned to him and grew stronger. There are people who spend much time engaging in wisdoms, and in most cases their intent in this is only for the vanities of this world, meaning for prominence and honor, or money, and similarly. And because they are involved only in wisdoms, through this they forget the strategies of war entirely, meaning how to fight the great war that the person needs to fight in this world, which is the war against the evil inclination. And sometimes they come to total atheism because of the wisdoms. The author, Yisrael prt10, with God's help, blessed is Hashem, 22nd of Nisan, 57:26, in honor of the President of Israel, my heart and my flesh, Mr. S.Z. Shazari, seeks and peers and looks to see the real truth. That is the wonder of wonders, wondrously wondrous, great and awesome, without limit or boundary, that will conquer the whole world and will place into their hearts complete faith, pure, white and clear, until all the false beliefs and the heresies will become nullified, and the peoples of the earth will accept Judaism and convert, and will say, God, the Lord of Israel, is king, and his kingdom rules over all. Great peace, I rejoice and I'm happy in my heart when I see your fiery blessing and your heartfelt love and great kindness that you have bestowed upon me with the sum of 300 Israeli lirot. Many thanks. May God repay your good deed. My eyes and my heart are raised to our Father in heaven until he will grace you and raise up your horn and your success, and will guard you and your household from all sorts of illnesses, and will heal all of you in body and soul for length of days and good and pleasant, for length of days and good and pleasant years. The whole main point of the Exodus from Egypt, and all the awesome signs and wonders that God has made for our forefathers and our people from the day of the Exodus from Egypt until today, and every generation, it is all for the holy faith, in order to merit complete faith, which is the essence of everything. And this is the main work of the person all the days of his life. And for this purpose, the person has come into this world in order to recognize God, which is the goal of all goals. Nanach nachmu, nachmu miyamo, nanach nachmu, navavachmon me, oh. With God's help, the 28th of Tishrei, 57:27, in honor of the President of Israel, the joy of my heart. In honor of the President of Israel, the joy of my heart. Mr. S.E. Shazar West wove him and bound himself to the true tzaddik, the master of wonders, wondrous wonders, beyond comprehension, to heal and to vitalize us always, at all times, in every generation, in his great and awesome merit and strength. May God draw upon you healing in perfection, and may you merit to see the splendor of the revelation of the ultimate truth, my beloved, my brother, my soul and my flesh, whose pleasant love truly is grounded and fixed in my heart always. I have trusted in your great humility to open my mouth and to speak before you the words of truth that are in my heart. I have stood shaking and and the pains and throes of birth have gripped me from the unfortunate tidings that you are in the hospital. My heart roars over your affliction and pain. I am suffering for you, my brother, beloved like my soul. My heart is certain about the kindnesses of God and his wonders, that for certain he will have mercy upon you and upon his people Israel, and that he will heal you speedily, a complete healing from heaven, a healing of soul and a healing of body. The great and exalted and awesome power of the true tzaddik, the flowing stream, the source of wisdom. Should stand for you and for your household as a shelter and a shield for eternity. The author. Nachmon meyuman. Nachmon meyuman. Page 215.